Yes, yes, y'all. Welcome to Office Hours, our special Monday edition of Office Hours. Welcome, everybody. Look at that good crew in the comments already, chatting it up. I love it. Kai, welcome. Sean, welcome. Tie-dye. Dorn, my man Joe. Zach, welcome. Awesome. Look at this. Good crew. Everybody's chatting it up. David, hola from Brazil. All right. Ross, good to see you, sir. Awesome. Tony, good to see you. All right, awesome. We've got a good group in here. I love it. Special Monday morning of Office Hours. We get to start the week together. How exciting is that? All right, let's go ahead and get this show on the road. I've got a little more of an agenda for you here than the normal office hours, so I want to make sure we get moving here. I'm going to do my best to answer all of your questions as I do in office hours, which is what normally these calls are all about, is just answering your questions. But I do want to give a brief update on a couple of things before we jump into Q&A, just because they're awesome. They're an awesome couple of things. And so I just want to make sure everybody gets a chance to hear about them. But I will go through all of these questions. I already see some good questions in here, which is awesome. And yes, Kai, absolutely. Welcome. I don't recognize your name, so I'm excited to see you here. It looks like maybe a first timer. I'm going to go ahead and put in the link. So I'm going to put in a link into the comments here. This is a link if you want to jump on camera and have a little conversation with me. So if you've got a question that's longer, it's more sophisticated, more complex, or whatever, we just need to talk it through. That is certainly better than just putting it into the chat. So if you're able to, you can hop on camera with me there. Otherwise, you can just chat your questions in, and that's fantastic as well. Okay? So first update here to share with you. Just got back from HighLevel's Level Up Summit. That is why we did not have our office hours call on Friday as normal, because I flew in, I landed here midnight on Thursday, and I just knew I would need to do a bunch of catch up and all that good stuff. So just wanted to give some brief updates on HighLevel and that Level Up Summit. Okay. So if you got my email, you already know some of the major takeaways there. I tried to type them up in there so that you could go through it that way. But I just want to stress a couple things here in person. So first of all, the event was fantastic. They do such a good job. These guys, the whole team there, honestly, is just so damn first class. I posted on Instagram that they are the best company I've ever worked with in my career, and that is true, and that, I believe, says a lot. I've worked with a lot of different businesses over time, and these guys are just the amount of, I think, just first class attitude, mindset, commitment, and everything from their leadership team, which of course then trickles down, is just something I haven't seen before, combined with their ability to execute on what has become, just a great big vision. That combination of things, I mean, that's what the highest level of business is all about, right? When you've got that culture of just really good people, really high integrity, really high commitment, really high energy, all of that, plus you can actually execute, that's when the magic happens. And these guys are making magic happen. And the event was indicative of that. It was just a fantastic event. And I just cannot stress enough. I'm just going to say this again. So this event turned out to have a 600-person wait list. Okay, it had a 600-person wait list, which is pretty incredible. Next year, it will probably be 3 times that size. I cannot recommend enough to you that you get your tickets and that you plan on being at the event. And here's why. The event itself is much like any other, kind of industry event at a first class level, though. I mean, everything first class. But it's much like many other industry events where you've got sessions, and some of the sessions are going to be valuable to you and some of them aren't. And, that's just the way it is when you go to these big events. But the community there, I think, is so important to your success. the community of people there that are excited, they're having success, they're making money. It is unlike any other time that I've seen in this industry. And I've been around this industry for quite some time now. Okay. You can feel the fever there, right? There are people making really good money. They're making really good progress. They know that in a handful of years from now, they're going to be able to sell their business and make a bunch of money. You want to be around that. Okay. You want to be around that. You are going to pick up some of that momentum from other people, and you are going to pick up relationships that are going to help you along the way as you're navigating growing your business. Okay. I typically do not go to very many events at all anymore because I am so protective of my time. And because I've been to so many events in my career that I know that they can be a waste of time. They really can be. And yet, even given that position, I am stressing to you that I think that you guys should be at this event. Okay, so I hope that you'll listen to me and take me up on that. They rolled out over 250 new updates at the event. I mean, it was comedy. I mean, Sean literally was like halfway through his updates when he realized he was already over time, and he was like, "Oh geez," he's like, "I just gotta just toggle through these real fast." I'm sorry, because they have such a commitment to development and developing fast. They now have on average 14 developers on each team for each significant feature in the platform. Over 200 developers total now at the company. So they have a crazy development cycle and a crazy commitment to making this software the best software for small businesses and for agencies in the marketplace by far. So that's fantastic. I think that what you're going to see here in the months ahead are a couple of things that are really exciting. One is that there's just going to be a lot more refinement of the current features and and usability of the platform, which, I mean, we can all agree that, there's been times when HighLevel's usability has been not ideal. It is getting better and better every day. It's dramatically better than it was, 2 years ago or whatever. But I think that we're just going to continue to see refinement there. And I think that that's critical, because I think the more refinement we see there, the easier it is for your customers to get on board with your services, start using the platform and seeing value in it. And as soon as they do, they're going to be sticky, right? So we want to make it as easy as possible for you to get in there and use the system, but as easy as possible for small businesses to get in there and use the system. So I think that that's incredibly important. They understand it. They're focused on it. And then there are just all of these just major features that are coming that I've started referring to HighLevel as being the small business operating system. Okay, the small business operating system. And I believe that that is the position that they are going to have in the marketplace, because I think that once you are on the software and using it, just like I am at my businesses now, it's so integrated in everything that you're doing that it makes everything easier, everything more efficient, everything more profitable. And I mean, once you're in there, you're stuck. And I say that in a good way for all of us, because you want your customers you want it to be hard for them to leave your services, right? And not hard because you're doing some BS like locking them into nasty contracts or any of that type of stuff. Hard because the value that they're getting would make it so difficult to leave and replace that value for any comparable price point or without it just being a pain in the neck. Like, I can already imagine right now, if you said to me, Mike, you have to move everything that you're doing in services that scale outside of HighLevel to a new platform, I would go, oh my God, hire a project manager for the next X months that all they're going to do is manage this, because I have websites, funnels, customer data, follow-up sequences, everything in there. So how are we going to get that out and get it into someplace else without interrupting my business, right? That's the way that you want it to be. And that's a good thing, because you're delivering so much value to these customers that they are going to stick, okay? Which brings me to the last major point, and I will be doing updates for you guys in terms of like features that I think are critical and all that good stuff. And you can ask about anything that you want to, of course, on this call. I just don't want to get bogged down into too much of the techno, mumbo jumbo here right now and taking you through every new feature. But I think the most important takeaway from this, as you hear me say, the software is getting increasingly usable. It's going to be this operating system with all these features. I mean, we're talking phone system replacement, everything from phone system replacement all the way through to whatever, capturing reviews and posting them on your website and website hosting, right? I mean, it is so complete and is going to be even more complete here very soon that when somebody's in there, they stick. What you should be thinking about, what we should all be obsessed about, is a maniacal focus on how do I get as many customers on this platform as fast as I humanly possibly can. And the reason why I say that is because this is a land grab, and the land grab doesn't last forever, right? At some point or another, I mean, they've already got 60,000 customers on the system. At some point or another, I would bet that when we meet this time next year, that number's 250,000 or more. Maybe even way more than that. Anyway, whatever the number is, it's going to be big. You want to participate in that land grab because those accounts are going to stick and they're going to create recurring revenue for you for years and years to come. But when somebody else has already sold them, we just said it's going to be hard to switch. Switching is going to be tougher. So you don't want to make the mistake of just kind of sitting on the sidelines and watching all of this happen. Okay? I cannot stress that enough. And shameless plug, please, if you are not using HighLevel yet and you're interested, go to servicesthatscale.com/HighLevel bonus. It's where I've got all my bonus content listed out there that you get if you sign up with me. I'm doing my damnedest to try and present as much value to anybody that wants to take advantage of this model as I possibly can, because I'm a huge believer in it. And I believe that I have unique experience and background to be able to help people capitalize on it. And so go through there. If you have any questions, of course, I would love to answer them. And I hope that you'll take me up on the opportunity to go after this. Okay. I certainly believe, let me just say this now, if you are in the small business marketplace, if that's your customer segment that you're going after, and you are selling marketing services, agency services of whatever sort to that small business community, I think that you have to identify a really clear strategic reason as to why you would not be using HighLevel if you're not going to be using it. Like if you can't say to me, hey, Mike, I'm offering these specific services that have to be delivered in this specific way, and HighLevel has nothing to do with that, but I have a strategic competitive advantage by doing it this way, then cool, that sounds good. But if there's any other reason, like you're just, I'm not sure, I think I like the buttons better over on this software platform, or whatever, I personally, I think that you're about to really regret that. You're about to really miss a great big opportunity. So let me go ahead. I see several gentlemen waiting in the background here. I'm gonna add you guys onto the screen here, guys. I'm just gonna give you that 2-second warning so I don't catch you, do anything in the background. But let me go ahead and add you in here, and then I will answer your questions. Yeah.
What up, Mike?
Hey, how's it going, Kai?
Good, man.
Good. Am I saying that right? It's Kai, right?
Yeah, Kai. Yeah, I was on here last week. Yeah, you pulled me in,
yeah. I recognize you now.
Like, oh shit.
Yeah. How's it going?
Good, dude. Good. Do you mind if I ask my question, or someone else want to go first?
No, go for it. You were first up.
Sweet, dude. Yeah. So I took your advice last time. I've really been changing around my offer. Like I mentioned, I started working with a lead gen agency. So I've really been. I also just watched your whole YouTube video twice on the anti-agency model.
Cool.
That's like, dude, that's what I've been saying to my friends who have like the other model for like the last year, and everyone's like, oh, you're dumb. I'm like, dude, this is better, I swear.
Yeah, it is. You're right.
But yeah, so long story short, basically I have no expenses. I'm taking care of my mom right now. I run her bed and breakfast. We're making like 50 to 60K a month. So I have a bunch of income, no expenses. I'm wondering, do you think, thanks, man. Do you think it's better to just run paid ads and spend a bunch of money, go in the red for the first year, getting people to sign up for the 197 plan, and then just build like just, even if I lose 10, 15 grand for the first, 6 months, if I'm at a recurring revenue model of 10 to 20K a month recurring, like good, right?
100%. And I'm thrilled to hear you thinking that way, because not too many people in this industry think that way. Absolutely. Anytime there's a land grab opportunity, grab land as aggressively as you can, right? Invest in it. So if you look at what the big boys are doing, the HubSpots, the Podiums, the Bird Eyes, anybody who's raised money, HighLevel, if you look at any of these companies that have raised money, they're doing everything they can to, as aggressively as possible, grab accounts. That's why venture-backed software companies raise so much damn money. Developing software is not that expensive anymore. They raise all that money to buy customers. Okay, so if you think about it that way, that is absolutely the approach to take if you can take it. I recommend that every single person trying to build a business in this space do paid advertising as aggressively as you can to build your presence and acquire customers as fast as possible. Most people then say, hey, I can't afford to spend money on advertising, or the worst thing, the thing that kills me is I spent $1,000 this month and I didn't make 3,000, and so I'm stopping, because they're not approaching it with that investment mentality that you're talking about, right? So yes, absolutely, I would say go as hard as you can. Obviously, of course,
don't go broke.
Be smart, and the first rule of entrepreneurship is stay in the game. Do everything that you can to stay in the game. So obviously don't do anything that's so risky that you're like, okay, I'm going to put myself at risk of not being able to stay in the game. So, but otherwise, yeah, I think be as aggressive as you can and go for it.
Cool. And then as far as being your affiliate, is there a way, because I'm under someone else's affiliate program right now, is there a way to switch to you? Because it's just like, I love my guy too, but he's not very invested, and he's also on a completely different model. He's on like the social media marketing model. I don't want to do that. I want to do the low recurring SaaS model.
I mean, the only ways to do it are, one, to upgrade to pro if you're not already a pro.
I am pro.
Okay. So other than that, man, honestly, it's probably more of a pain in the neck than it's worth, like, versus just like sign up for my program, because if it's possible to switch, which I'm not even saying that it is, because, and I totally respect this, HighLevel has their affiliate program. They don't want people affiliate hopping, right? And I don't want that either. So, to start over, it's like you really would have to like cancel an account, probably start up all that stuff. So
all right. Damn,
I would not I would not recommend even attempting it. But actually, so let me say this though, Kai, if there is something else that you end up wanting to invest in with HighLevel. So as an example, they just rolled out a certification program, so you can get HighLevel certified. If that was something that you end up wanting to do, or you want to do it for, like, if you bring a teammate on board and say, hey, look, I'll pay for you to get HighLevel certified so you know what the heck you're doing with this, then I'll get commission on that, and then we can do it that way, right? So now that they're updating some of their programs, I'll have some more options.
Got it.
So that would be my recommendation.
Okay, cool. I'm just looking up. Yeah, high level certified. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sweet, man. Thank you. Yeah. So just to recap, literally, just if you have the money and the time, like I have both right now. So I was just thinking about, I was literally gonna like find some friends and say, hey, I'll give you like $300 if you sign up a $100 client, right? Because I know that client's never gonna leave.
Yeah. No, I think that's great. I think those types of things, just so you know, I've experienced super limited success with those in my career. I've tried all kinds of approaches to that. And the reason why I say that is most people just, they've got their own agenda and their own stuff. And so they're just not thinking about you and your services really. But that doesn't mean you can't have it out there and you'll pick up some stuff. But the way that you will grow your business is by owning the entire sales and marketing process yourself and investing in it every day, creating content, running good ads, testing things. That's going to be your engine of growth, not somebody else, bringing you customers in this particular space.
Yeah, I kind of feel like the creating content. So you mentioned that last time, and I was kind of thinking like creating content's awesome if you're in a position like you where you're talking to people who are tech savvy and want to use your service, but like no, remodelers going to see my content on Instagram. Like, oh, I really need a website. I really need this. Like, I don't think they will. I don't think they're in that. I don't even think they're on Instagram. You
Well,
know, they're all
so
like
who are you going after specifically?
probably the home and service, like home service niche. So like they're all like 35 to 55, like old timers. They're not tech savvy. Like none of them are going to be scrolling Instagram. You know,
Oh, look at this. Donna, thank you so much. I appreciate you. That's awesome. Um, so it, I, I I understand what you're saying, and I do agree with you that your audience is much more on the spectrum, on the side of the spectrum of, hey, I'm not hanging out and consuming content on social media all day. However, I've got to say that everybody is consuming content on social media. Okay. I cannot tell you the number of my dumbass 55-year-old friends that are sending me TikTok videos throughout the day, and I have to be like, guys, like, chill with sending me the TikTok videos. I don't need to see every TikTok video. So, you know, hey, 55 isn't an old timer. No, it's just I agree. So I just don't give yourself the out completely. I understand it may not be as big of a focus as, me or somebody else in another niche, but don't give yourself the out completely, because there is still content that is going to do well in your market. Okay. And I think particularly if you get creative about how you tailor it to them. Okay. So I think about, there's just some way in that market. If I were going into the home services market today, and I'm not the right guy for this because I can't swing a hammer if my life depends on it. I'm not, but if I was, what I would do is I would literally come up with some concepts where I'm like up on a roof and I'm in my gear and I got my hammers and stuff like that, and I've got my video, and I'm sitting there like doing like a, hey, I'm swinging, hitting the, putting the roof on here and all that shit. And he goes, but really what is working for my business is getting new leads. And here's how I'm getting new lead, and stuff like that. Like I would just be doing everything I can. And then try and find like sneaky ways into, so I always think about this because this just blows my mind, that soap operas were created by the large consumer products companies to sell to women at home. That's how soap operas got started. Is giant companies like Procter and Gamble said, we need to get our brands in front of these women all the time because they're the decision makers. And so how do we do it? Well, they're at home because that, stereotype back then, right? But that was the case. And they're watching TV, right? So what are these guys currently consuming? They're consuming something. And how do you get in there? So like when I was selling to home services with my IT business, we sponsored golf outings through Home Depot and Lowe's and stuff like that. Like we would do things like that. There's some creative way of getting through to those people.
Okay. Sweet. And super, super quick last question.
Yep.
Are there any niches? Because I just started this really. Like I only have like 10 clients. So like,
Yeah.
niche specifically, like, is there anything you would recommend for the exact model I'm going for, which is the websites with like Google reputation? And that's pretty much it. $100 to $300 a month.
To me, there's no niche that I know of that I just go, oh man, just focus on this. Like it's, I think that home services is an amazing big niche. And I think for what you're talking about offering, that's great. I think that I was shocked at the summit. And this is one of the benefits again of going to these events. I was shocked when I heard some of the niches that people are in. I was like, I've never even thought of that as a niche. The only way that you find those is by just being active out in the market every day. And then you bump into somebody that's like, hey man, yeah, I rent garbage cans. You're like, what? You mean you rent garbage cans? Yeah, it's awesome.
Kyle, I have a suggestion for you. This is Bob Crane.
Yeah, go for it, Bob.
Kyle, do you have a neighborhood thing called Nextdoor in your area?
Yeah, I think so.
If you look at Nextdoor, you're going to see all kinds of consumers that live around you that own homes, and they're asking for recommendations from their neighbors about which vendors to get over to their house to fix whatever. And then you'll see lots of people referring, oh, you need to use Johnny the plumber. I love Johnny. He's really great. Guess what? Johnny's your customer because he's missing calls. He's looking at Nextdoor. He's trying to find a way to get the hammer out of his pocket while he's up on the roof and answer the dang phone. Nextdoor will feed you hot referrals from people that want to buy his service and clients that have been recommended that are high quality home service providers. You'll love it.
Sweet, dude. Thank you so much for that. I'm looking up right now. That's really awesome.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
cool. That's cool. Awesome.
Great.
Kai, anything else?
No, that's it. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you,
I
man. Good
appreciate
luck
it.
with everything.
Thanks,
I
man.
love the focus. I love the hustle. Get out there and get after it.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
You bet. Mike, you were next. How are you, sir?
Great.
Good. How can I help you?
How's everybody doing? Nice to meet you. So, I've been in Billie Jean. I have a small agency in Las Vegas. I cater to the logistics trucking niche,
Uh-huh.
and seems to be my current specialty. But going over your videos over the weekend, and Billy's was like, Mike Cooch. I'm like, I gotta check out Mike Cooch. All right. So,
Good job, Billy.
yeah, right. I got on a Mike Cooch video binge all weekend, and really it resonated to what I need to be doing and how I need to sell GHL to my clientele with your services that scale package. And I have the same question. I'm under somebody else, but now after what you just said, all right, we'll leave that alone. Next question is, I'll buy into it, not a problem. I see the value in it. What do I buy into? I really kind of went down the rabbit hole of services that scale. So, but it looks like Mogul, after reading that, covers that.
Oh, so you're asking?
Yeah.
You're asking like ideally what you should get of mine, kind of in what order?
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
Well, so first of all, if you sign up for and thank you for the I'll take the opportunity to just give the pitch here. But if you sign up for HighLevel through me, you essentially get access to everything. And so I want to stress that first, because if that's an for you, please take advantage of that. I told you should be two, it effectively to all my for now. So,
I don't know. You're breaking up. Maybe it's my computer.
No, he's breaking up here too.
Okay. I didn't really hear you were digitized digitized in your voice.
I think we lost him.
Yeah, we lost him. We are frozen.
So could you just clarify what your question was again? I think it might be similar to what I was asking.
So, I'm already on SaaS mode with my current GHL level. And I mean, I have clients in there. So it looks like, undoing it's going to be a headache. So I guess my question is, which one of his programs would be best for me to join? He has a lot of different things available, it looks like. But what really caught my attention is the series of the scaling series. Which one? Not Mogul. Let's see, I don't have it in front of me. Systems that Scale series he has, which really resonates with me on the way it teaches you how to sell your products to clients, through Go HighLevel, using Go HighLevel, and to make it really work for them on a seamlessly easy basis instead of getting overcomplicated with it. Because that could be easy to do in Go HighLevel, right?
Apparently, I mean, you're talking to somebody who was using ClickFunnels 2.0 for the past year and a half.
Oh, okay.
And so I've come over here and I feel like it's like every feature they promised.
It's amazing.
And they all work and they're all included. Yeah. And I'm like, my big thing is going to be about snapshots.
Yeah.
I haven't gone into SaaS mode yet. And so, and it's funny you mentioned Billie Jean. I used to be in his Genius program back in
I was in that
2015, 2016.
Okay.
In fact, my picture with him is still on his website. So when he went to Go HighLevel, I mean, I actually fractured off and went with ClickFunnels. And so now that I really am, Mike Cooch stood out to me because he was, I'm really getting exhausted on the old agency paradigm. And, I think, what is it? Exchanging time and talent.
Yeah.
It's like, it just gets exhausting.
I'm exhausted from the clientele that I have that of the business model that I built the wrong way. I'm too involved in their business. Now it's like I'm a damn coach to all of them.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it's in fact, I got to mute you guys. I got this big client calling me right now. I'm going to put you on mute. I got to take this call real quick.
So do we expect Mike to come back on this? Has anyone been on a call where he's got office hours when the office drops off?
I have not yet before. I hope he comes back soon.
Let's see. If you refresh the YouTube channel, no, it's just us. So he's not coming back. Well, he may come back. I don't know. I see that there's is there a Robert Crane?
That's me.
That's you? Okay.
I'm the next in queue after Mike to ask my question.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
And he got dropped when Mike was in the middle of asking his question.
Okay.
His question was, what program should I join if I've already signed up under somebody else and I'm not going to be in your list of commissions that are going to you for people I sign up?
Yeah. What, if you don't mind me asking, what's your question? You're Robert, right? What's your question?
Yeah, I'm a 25-year business owner of a tax firm that solves small business tax problems nationwide for IRS and state. So my entire client base, well, I might as well explain this to Mike.
Oh, he's back on. So now you can explain it to him.
Am I back?
Hey, Mike, thanks for joining because the office was closed.
Sorry about that.
I've
never, I don't think I've ever experienced that before. My entire network went down here, and I say my entire network. I mean, it's just in my apartment here, but I have, multiple Wi-Fi connectors, and they all went down. I don't know what would cause that. So my apologies. But I will jump back into where I was. Everybody, thank you for your patience. So if you are considering signing up through HighLevel, or you're considering getting my programs,
Mike is missing. Mike, the Mike that asked you the question, he's on a phone call to a client right now.
Oh, then I will wait until he gets back. There we go.
If you don't mind, I could go next and ask you my question.
Not at all. Yeah, go for it. You were next in line.
Thank you. I'm a partner in a tax firm for the last 25 years in California. My business pitch.
Oop, hold on, I'm gonna mute you. There we go.
Mike, are you back from your call?
He is.
With now dog. I have the police. Now I have the police at my house. I'm sorry. Hold on. Come here. Stop.
All right. So we'll put him on mute and I'll start with my call. How about that, Mike?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So listen, my business is I'm a 25-year partner in a tax firm. It's nationwide. All of my clients are small businesses. The problem I solve for them is they all have back tax problems with the IRS and the state. And they haven't filed their tax returns and they owe a bunch of money. And I go in with a power of attorney and fix everything and get them a new solution. One of the problems they always have is, gosh, your fees are only $15,000. How nice, Bob. Wished I had the money to hire you. Had a client on the phone this morning that's a contractor that does flooring. And what I said to him was, oh, great. Your average sale is how much? 7,500. When you're doing flooring, how many calls do you miss a day, a week, a month? If you could get one more sale in a month, that'd be 7,500, wouldn't it? Yeah. You do $250,000 in billing now, don't you? Yeah. That add an extra 90,000 to your bottom line, wouldn't it? Yeah. If I could show you a system where it would answer the phone for you, text, and an automatic bot would answer the questions and get the guy into an appointment, would that help you not to have to take your tool belt off? Yeah, where do I sign? Right. So my clients either hire me for the 10 to 15 to 20 grand and we do it, or they have a cash flow problem that HighLevel could solve if they could just get the freaking phone answered because they're solopreneurs.
Yeah.
All right. So, and I've just onboarded. No, I haven't finished onboarding. I signed up under you, although 4 people have already talked to me about signing up. But I saw your program is scaling, and I went, oh, just what I need, scaling. Yeah, I've been
Yeah.
on the other side. I've been doing client service with my cell phone. Call me on the weekends and evenings for 25 years. I'm kind of tired
Time
of
to
that
get out of
model.
that. Time
Yeah.
to get
So
out of that.
I love your model. I'm on board. I want to do it. I'm hopefully going to get onboarded through HighLevel tomorrow. I
Great.
wanted, and I thought the strategy would be this based on what I've researched. I would first like you to show me how to do this business for my clients
Mm-hmm.
so that in my particular industry, the phone's always answered with everything I need and all my scripts are in there. They can go all the way through to hire me for the $10,000 to $20,000 tax solution they need.
Yep.
Then once that's working, I have a new client that I call a tiger by the tail. Why? He's the bookkeeping side of tax resolution.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the largest bookkeeping company in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
His marketing program spends 75 to 100,000 a month on social media marketing, and he gets 800 leads in. He
Okay.
closes 10% of them. The
Okay.
other 90% go off into the ethernet because he can't answer the call within 5 minutes and they go on to somebody else. If I could
Okay.
show that company how to monetize and regroup those leads back into a
Yeah.
cycle where he started capturing more of them, this would be an instant client that would say, help me with my 800 leads a month, Bob. That's a great idea.
Yep.
I'm not prepared to share that process with him because I don't have it working for my own company yet. And then I would like to share it with that company because that would be a very big account that would bring on lots of other small businesses. And most of those small businesses
Sounds
that we
good.
bring on should hire this service and start getting it to answer the phone for them too, so they had more revenue.
Awesome. Sounds good. So how can I help you here today? All this sounds great. I think you're on a sounds like a great track. How can I help you here today? Is there anything in particular?
Well, you said that if I needed this program for my company, I should use, what is it, MSP or M something?
No, I would still just jump into High Leverage Agency, which is my core program on how to, create services around high level. So it's very high level focused. MSP Academy is not high level focused at all. And since you've already made the decision to use high level, I would still recommend that you just get into High Leverage Agency and go through it. And you're just going to be thinking about applying the concepts to you first. Okay. So I think that it sounds like I've got an echo. Hold on, let me see if I can adjust that. So fancy echo cancellation button I am now trying. So hopefully that helps. You're just going to be thinking about, okay, how do I apply these things to my business first? Thinking about you as your first customer effectively. So
Okay.
I would go through my agency sales funnel boot camp. And that's a program that when you get into all this, I tell you, hey, this is one of the first things that you should do. The agency sales funnel bootcamp is how to set up high level to work for you, your own sales process, as if you're an agency that's going to go out and sell services. So that's effectively what you want it to do for you, even if it's not necessarily for agency yet. It's the same thing. It's the same model structure, follow-up sequences, things like that. So go
Yes.
through that and apply it to your existing business first. And that's going to give you a ton of experience to then take that knowledge and go, okay, here's how I apply that to other businesses. So that's what I would do.
All right. And your boot camp has like a 1, 2, and a 3,
Yeah.
and that's online and starts anytime I want.
Yep. Yeah. It's recorded. You've got access to it. So yeah, you just go straight through it. Yep.
Great. Thanks, Mike. That's what I'll
You
do.
got it. That's awesome. I love the opportunity, by the way. And I love the experience of, you've got this shift to make to, I'm not just a tax advisor, I'm a business advisor. And I think that, you've already made that shift. So in terms of how you're presenting yourself to the world, making that shift will then allow you to, opens up the door to these other possibilities, which I think is great.
Very good. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Awesome. You bet. Let's see here. Mike, I see your camera is off. Are you back though? Because if you're back, I can answer your question. But Daryl, sir, how are you? Go for it.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. So I'll try to be quick. I'm a traditional
Sure.
agency advertising, and I work with service providers, electricians, plumbers, HVAC, landscapers. And so I came across you because you speak to me talking about like that, the rat race.
Yeah.
And what I want to do, Mike, is do basically what you're talking about. I want to transition them onto these systems where then I want to get the recurring revenue so I can build a team more. The biggest thing we're running into is the time and talent, where we run out of time and talent and we can't get the money to fuel it. Because we keep our clients a little bit longer, usually 6 to 9 months before churn, sometimes a year, but still having them on the system and the system that we can control. I love that idea. I want to get on that idea. So what I want to ask you is I'm at the $99 and I'm looking to upgrade to the full $500 SaaS mode. And I was texting you on Friday about this. And so I get all your emails and everything, and I saw this high leverage agency system. So the big thing I'm looking for is if you're the guy, because I know that this is the big thing with you guys, like you offer different things, like there's Ali, there's you, there's some other people, but you seem to be the one that may connect with me. So I want to ask you, do your snapshots help with that type of industry? Like if I want to bring these guys on board and like get these automated, and then more of our custom services will be setting up something like UpHex and managing UpHex and really just doing the creative. That's really what I'm looking to do, is to get out of like this full blown like Madison Avenue, Mad Men. It's crazy. I see you're laughing because I think you've done this before, and it's maddening, man. And I can generate leads, and it's not like they require all this time. It's really just the systems, and so that's what I'm looking for. And you say,
Daryl, how long have you been doing this?
Advertising since 2001, traditional. Went digital. I was telling Mike earlier, I was one of Billy Jean's geniuses back in like 2013 or 14. I think I started with him. So that's when I transitioned over.
Awesome. Okay. I'm laughing because I want everybody to, you are like a perfect case study, and I want everybody to hear Daryl's story, because Daryl has been doing this for quite some time, clearly knows his business enough to know his numbers, what his churn time period is, all that stuff, which is much more than most agencies can say. So I can hear that you have experience, and I want everybody to listen to Daryl talking about how even after 9 years of doing this, that he doesn't have enough time and talent to make the model work, and it's driving him nuts.
Yeah.
Okay. So anybody who's considering that, I'm going to do this traditional, lead gen agency thing because I saw somebody sell me a thing. Everybody's getting wise, and the sooner we can get the industry wise, the better. So here's the thing: you're in a perfect position though, Daryl, because you're in the game. You figured out how to stay in the game, so you know enough. You have enough experience to be obviously delivering value to your customers, and generating revenue and generating customers and all that. And that's fantastic. So what you need to do is you just need to connect your current sales pitch to a new service delivery, that service delivery includes the systems component of it. And ideally, although it doesn't have to be this way to start, ideally is completely a systems-based approach. And I say it doesn't have to be this way because I have friends who are doing fantastically well by selling a lead generation promise and doing the campaigns and managing all that for them to get things started, but using that to sell them into then the follow-up systems and the correct funnels and all that are all built on HighLevel. So in order to take advantage of the complete service and get the results from the complete service, they're on the system. They're on the HighLevel system. To take that one step further, you can sell, depending on the customers that you're selling to, you can sell just your ads as a system. And so you're taking UpHex, you're combining your landing pages, your funnels, your follow-up sequences, and you're saying, we don't do ad management. We have a proven ad system. And that ad system includes all of these components, which is why most people fail with ad management, is because ad management is based on time and talent, and it typically does not have the rest of the systems. And so that expensive time and talent's hard to get an ROI on. So we give you the complete system. You buy into that system for X dollars a month, and then the advertising budget is yours to decide. You want to spend $500 this month? Great. You want to spend $1,500? Great. But you're paying for the system. And that is really that's the big shift that gets you, to, and Mike, I'm going to remove him until he's back so we can clean that up a little bit. That gets you to a totally different position. Okay. So you could do a two-step, you could even offer both services, again, because it's a little bit different buyer. There's a buyer that's willing to buy into the system and process that and go, oh, okay, so I can go in here and press this button and control my budget. Yeah, go for it. There's a different buyer that wants you to just, hey man, just take care of everything. I don't want to think about this at all, right? So you can offer both, and that's great. Whether or not I'm the guy to help you, I'll just be as direct as I can and not be hopefully not be like cocky or obnoxious or anything like that. There are like Allie. I just met Allie for the first time at this event. She's fantastic. I thought she was great. She's smart. She clearly knows paid advertising really well in particular. There's so many great people in this industry, smart people doing really good things. And there's that list of people that I think you can't really go wrong. When it comes to specifically designing your service to be a system that generates recurring revenue, that keeps customers for years and years to come, that is what I've done my entire career. That is what I was known for in the IT industry, then I did it in the marketing industry, and here we are. So I feel confident in saying that in the community of people that we're talking about, I have as much depth of experience in doing that as anybody, and I think as much success in doing that as anybody. So that is what it is. And I would say, whoever kind of resonates with you best and all that type of stuff, you just make that decision and go with it. In terms of snapshots though, I want to answer because I have strong opinions on this. So people buy into snapshots expecting that the snapshot is going to be some sort of kind of miracle, press the button solution, easy button solution, and it's going to make everything work. Snapshots to me, other than like getting kind of like some pretty designs that makes it easy, like, oh, I want a plumbing page, and somebody's already designed a plumbing page, and so I can just download that plumbing page and just get it going. Other than that, it's really about the general structure. So in other words, what I mean is that every business should have a follow-up, what I call a chase sequence. Right after a lead becomes a lead, you should chase them aggressively for the next 7-10 days, all the touch points that you possibly can to try and get that lead to convert, right? Yep. So that conversion sequence and the structure of it is really what's important. You can take that and you can apply it to plumbers, chiropractors, whatever else, with just a little bit of updating the copy of the sequences, right? So my approach, I do not try to be an expert in your particular market. I don't know your particular market as well as you know your particular market. So I don't pretend to try and write all the copy for you for that perfect, home services sequence versus chiropractor sequence or whatever. You know your market, you do that. What I do is I give you the structure. And then it's written. It's not that there's not anything there. It's more template based. Like, hey, take this strategy and this approach, and here's a template on how to structure it. But then you put in the copy that makes sense for your particular industry. Yep.
I didn't want to cut you off. So one of the things that really grabbed me, and you had mentioned, so I always think of like Alex Hermosi, right? And he always talks about, you got to have the offer.
Yeah.
And so you had said that one of yours was like a free website. And so I watched that video and I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, this guy gets his shit. Like he understands it.
Yep.
So that's another reason you stood out. You stood out to me because it's like, I want to get my foot in the door with these systems, but then we scale, to the other tiers. And so I guess I'm not really looking for like the templates and all that. I want to look for some basic bare bones that we can go in, modify. But I really want to plug something in, Mike, because I want to pull away from this as soon as possible. Like we do this, but now we start hunting, like you said, I want to do the land grab.
Yeah.
Because I meet all these guys and they need all this stuff. And so I really want to get in there with like that quick foot in the door. So I'm thinking like, if you've done this in the past and you have something set up like that, it's almost like we can plug and play it for the service industry. And, I just tried to ask you and see where your head was at, but it seems like
and so those foot in the door services, as an example, I have like 7 or 8 of them that are included in High Leverage Agency that all have snapshots, all have sales scripts, all have marketing materials. So you can just take those and go. So the free website thing is one of those examples. Offering a web chat is another example. Offering missed call text back is another example. Offering lead capture forms on their website, because most businesses don't have any sort of just lead capture forms, right? So those are all included in High Leverage Agency. Those all have their own snapshots and their own marketing materials, sales materials. So you can take those, customize them, use them right away.
All right. And then final thing is, how do I put you in there when I go to upgrade?
Oh, if you go to, if you want to just message me, I can just send you the link. But when you go to upgrade, you just put in my my little affiliate reference code. There's a little spot that says, "Do you want to associate this with an affiliate?" And you just put it in there.
All right, cool. We were messaging, so I'll get you later. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you, Daryl. And by the way, I think you're in a fantastic spot. I expect you to be very successful with this if you just stick to it and follow up, which I can tell you will. I can hear that you've already made that decision. So that's awesome. Yeah, you bet. Let's hear. Mauricio, how are you, sir?
Hey, Mike, how are you? I'm good. Thank you very much. How are you?
Awesome. Thank you. How can I help you?
Thank you. So seems like the third time's the charm. So I have been an affiliate from you 2 times before, and for different reasons, either time or money, I have a drop off. But now I think I am in a better position, and I really wanted to, get my agency starting and going. So I'm from Mexico, and one of my questions is, I'm intending to start my agency or my service in Spanish. Obviously, I can do that in Mexico or targeting the US, Mexican, or Spanish speaking market. So do you have any reference or people that have had success selling directly in Mexico, or would you rather start, selling to the Spanish speaking community in the United States?
Oh man, I would absolutely, gosh, United States versus Mexico. I can't say that I would say for sure one or the other, because I think that they're both awesome, huge opportunities. I specifically do not have anybody in my community that jumps to the top of my mind that I say, oh, this is somebody that's focused on, Spanish speaking marketplaces. But I know HighLevel does, and I would definitely, get in touch with somebody there, and if you want to, and see. But I know that there's, people that are doing that successfully, and as you may be aware, HighLevel is making a big push right now into, the different languages so that people can sell easily in different marketplaces. Awesome. Yeah, that's a big push of theirs. So I think, man, either one of those is a huge opportunity. And I think that, so in my experience, and I don't know exactly your background, but in my experience is that most people are going to have more success if they start around their home base. And this is something that actually Sean from HighLevel has really started stressing, because he's seeing that most agencies are having success by just focusing on their local market first, right? Just because there's just something easier, I think, for most people about, hey, that business is down the street. I can market to them versus marketing to somebody in a different country, marketing to somebody across the country. Okay. If you don't have the experience of doing that in the past, selling 100% over the phone, delivering 100% over the phone on the internet, like people can get just kind of, they just get in their way there. So again, not knowing exactly your background, I would suggest that you really keep that in mind.
Okay, thank you.
Because I do think that there is some truth to, hey, if I just start in my own region, and then I can expand from there.
Yeah, thank you. So briefly, I'm a media buyer. I've been a media buyer for around 4 years, working on a traditional marketing agency, which I am not interested in. Obviously, I sometimes you get reached by different offers, and you start looking around. But I have decided to just ignore everything and just focus on your teachings and your model, because that's what I'm looking forward to. Another thing is that I have been obviously doubting over the time on the niche to focus on, but so I have recently decided to focus on, like, for example, making websites, or in my case as a media buyer, it was really attractive to me, OPEX or Play or the different solutions that are around. So I was intending, or I'm intending to focus, like my initial proposal be, okay, so just don't pay for managing ads, just run your own ads on this, just on the different price scheme that I can offer.
Yep.
So do you think that would be better, or would be better for me just to start like offering a free website with the functionalities?
It's so hard to say better. Okay. And the reason why I say that is because either way can work just fine. And you can be successful with either approach. I think that if you feel like, hey, I've got a competitive advantage in the market because I understand media buying real well. And so if I structure the service packages the way that Mike has told me to, I can have a nice advantage in the marketplace by being able to have that as a part of my mix. I think that that's great. We should all be looking for, how do we have competitive advantage in the marketplace? How do we differentiate ourselves from the other players? So that being said, I know that there are lots of businesses. One of the most important reasons why I love going to Level Up Summit is it fills my cup, like overflowing, to have the people that come up to me and tell me that they're having success using, my system or my strategies or my training. I literally had enough to just motivate me for the next year with no problem, because it was so much fun. One of the gentlemen, Jonathan, I don't know if he's on this call, from Switzerland. He was chasing me down around the event, and he finally caught me, and he said, Mike, I saw your free website thing, and I just started going out and selling. And he's only been doing it for like 2 months now. And I think he said he was up to 39 customers already. Wow. Just in 2 months. And he's just cold calling. That's all he's doing. He's like, I just dived in and just started making calls. And, I knew I could do it. And he's so fired up. That's all he's doing. And that's great, because he's laser focused. Mm-hmm. And he's just like, here's my value proposition, take it or leave it, and then go on to the next prospect, take it or leave it, boom, boom, boom. So that can absolutely be a strategy for success, because it gives you that focus of, I'm just going to go, right? Now, at the same time, by having another thing that you can include in there, it's another hook to be able to sell somebody. So my preferred way of doing this, and I will just say this, and then you've got to, process this and make your own decisions. If you look at my R4 sales system, my R4 sales system is designed to allow me to sell anything to anybody. I can have a conversation with any small business owner, and I can say, hey, look, your business needs to be made up of systems. Marketing systems are the most important systems for growth. Here are the 4 key systems that you need. What are you doing right now to market your business? What do you feel like you're challenged with? Yeah, awesome. I can help you with that. Great. Let's put these marketing systems put in place. Right? Now, if I'm talking to a roofer that he says, hey, man, I can't get any leads in the door, well, then I can focus my initial service delivery and value proposition around that and solve that for him. If he says, yeah, I've got these terrible reviews, well, I can say, okay, let's focus on that first and solve that, all with the intention, though, of I'm solving that by putting in the system. Okay. So now I've got the system working for me. But I do have to say, I've been selling to small businesses for a long damn time. And so I am very, very comfortable having that conversation and knowing that I can deliver essentially no matter what challenge they present me with. Okay. So that's where I'm at. I don't expect everybody to be that way right away. So, but I think that if you are comfortable by having a diversity of options, so it gives you just a little bit more ability to, hey, I can market this message today, this message tomorrow, this message the next day, but they all lead back to these 4 services. That was 4 options I just gave, but they all lead back to the system that's comprised of those 4 things. That's awesome, because now instead of just beating people over the head with the same message every day and saying, hey, are you ready for a website yet? Ready for a website yet? Ready for a website yet? You can hit them with some different messages, and different messages are going to resonate with different people because they're in a different place.
Understood. Thank you very much. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Thank you very much. So I guess I'll test both and see what works best. And I guess also that I put my offer off and target different niches and see again which one resonates more.
Yeah, and I think
for me to begin with.
Yeah, and I think, Mauricio, my best advice would be just go for it. You know what I mean? Like, small businesses need websites, and websites are the biggest category of spending. Everybody should hear this right now. Websites and website hosting and website maintenance are the biggest category of spending by small businesses on digital marketing by far. They spend way more money on that than they do on paid ads or anything like that. So that's a huge category. So every small business needs a website or needs help with websites, right? So go with confidence, knowing that that's a great offer. Every small business needs leads too. So that's a great offer, right? So like just jump in, commit, and just learn and adjust your offer at times, but knowing that you've got a super solid foundation. It's just a matter of getting out there and selling.
Awesome. Thank you, Mike. Just a couple of quick questions.
Yeah.
Aside your resources, is there any Go HighLevel training that you recommend?
Outside of my resources, is there any Go HighLevel training that I recommend? I honestly could not tell you. Here's what I do. And I think that this is important for everybody, because I think what I see a lot of people do is they get really caught up in trying to like go through all the training and understand all the features and capabilities. And what I do is I have a foundation. I develop that foundation just by using the tool to set up my own website, set up my own funnels and all that stuff, which is what I recommend that you do first through Agency Sales Funnel Bootcamp. And then I just go to their YouTube channel. I mean, I spent all this weekend playing with new features from Level Up Summit, and I just go to their YouTube channel. I search for the particular feature. I watch a handful of videos. I go back over to HighLevel and I mess with it. And I think that that's the best way to learn, because it's changing so fast. You know what I mean? As long as you understand the foundation, then I think that's the right approach, because any other training that's getting created by anybody, it's out of date almost by the time it's created. And that's good. They're improving the system really fast. So yeah, that's my recommendation.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Great advice, Mike. Really appreciate it. Thank you for having the calls.
Absolutely. I look forward to seeing you here in the future.
Will do. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Let's see here. Some questions in the chat here. Thank you, everybody, for hanging in there while my technical errors were getting sorted out. What's up, Brittany? Happy Monday. Donna, where are the 24? Oh, I see. This is somebody asking Donna, where are the 2024 tickets on sale at? I know that they sent out, HighLevel sent out an email on that, but maybe only to people who attended this recent one. Yes, Greg, good to see you, sir. I love seeing you on the call. Event was amazing. Ron, welcome. Donna already got her ticket. Awesome. Let's see here. Awesome. Need help assembling the R4 pages and also pricing of services. James, if there's something specific that you want to get on and ask, that's cool. I'm glad to try and help. Ross says, Mike, just touch on the first 200 updates. Yeah. But let's talk about the major updates that I think are really awesome and really important for all of us. Phone system capability is going to be amazing. You're going to be able to sell a replacement to Ring Central sometime in the next year. And between now and the next year, you're going to have lots of additional capabilities, on the way there. So that's going to be awesome. So many small businesses need some sort of like phone, even if not like some complete complex system, they just need something simple, but a little more professional and sophisticated than, call me on my cell phone. Right. And then, man, all of the AI stuff, guys, that's coming is just so unreal. I mean, if you saw the demonstration of the voice conversation AI, that you're going to be able to have AI making phone calls for you, taking phone calls for you, and actually having conversations with prospects. That's insane. When you think about the scalability that small businesses are going to get from that capability alone, it's mind-boggling. It is going to do so much for small businesses. So that's going to be incredible. I think all of the things that they're doing around payments are really important. Okay. Payments are a huge market. So the fact that you can go to small businesses and say, hey, look, here's all the ways that I can make collecting money easier and faster. That's a huge value proposition. I jumped in this weekend and really started setting up like my ability to host my services and products inside of HighLevel. Many of you know I've been using ThriveCart for years and years and years. So I said, all right, I'm going to jump in now and start setting up my products and services for starting with Air San Diego inside of HighLevel. So I did that this weekend. And then I was like, okay, I can do these cool proposal capabilities now where I can set up these nice template proposals that go out, and the template proposals then go emails, then, link off to an actual, proposal web page, and that the customer can then go and click on that and buy the services and all that with, automation and follow-up looking all dialed in and professional, integration with QuickBooks, like all that stuff just starts to make any business just look much more professional and dialed in. So I'm really doing that. Let's see here. What else? E-commerce. They're making a big push into e-commerce capabilities. I played with that this weekend. That was cool. Man, I mean, there's so much. You have to go back and watch his presentation if you haven't, because man, it's so much. Let's see here. Maybe during Black Friday, if he gets a promo with your link, it could be attributed to. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, thank you for mentioning that. I will send out a link on the certification here. I have not sent that out, but I will do that. And I'll get that into your hands here quickly. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, thank you, Donna. Awesome. Talking about the new execution checklist. Man, I want to make it easy and clear for people to get through the programs and start seeing momentum. And man, it's something that it's just like this never-ending quest to try and get things more dialed in, and I'm gonna try my best. I just signed up and learning the ropes and setting up my HighLevel account. What is a good and simple way to approach building my new business? I mean, that's a big question. My answer, completely biased, is to go through my high leverage agency program, because I'm trying to make it as direct as possible. But I say that fully acknowledging that, the simple way to approach building your business is to pick one like service offering and one lead generation approach and just hammer it. Do I think that that's necessarily the best way to build your business? No. And I say that because I don't like to be dependent on any one thing at all. So I think that ideally you're using a variety of marketing channels and approaches to bring in, customers. But the simplest, which I understand can be very important to get started with, and I understand can be very important if you're, like really part-time or really budget constrained, then picking one, channel and one service offering can be the right way to go for you. So if I was going to keep it focused on simple, And by simple, I'm assuming time, budget, stuff like that. Outbound email prospecting, because it can be almost entirely automated. If you have any budget at all, like just very direct lead generation ads into your service offering. So just taking a rifle, just a sniper shot in between the eyes. Here's what I can do for you. Here's how you can get started, and making as an aggressive of an offer as you can. I'll get you your first 25 leads for free, right? Just to demonstrate that my services work, something like that. Or, I'll set up your website for you for free, right? So those types of just very direct offers like that. And then I guess the posting and distributing content to sell as well. Because you can create a piece of content once and have it be an asset that sells for you for years to come, right? I stress this to everybody. It's a total life changer when you see how many thousands of YouTube views my videos get every month. Videos that are 3 years old still get thousands of views every month that bring me new customers every day. That's as simple as it gets, right? Because I created that video once 3 years ago, and it's still just working for me every single day. So, those are simple. Again, do I think that those are necessarily best to just do any one of those things to one service? Rarely. But if I was going to choose simple, those would be the approaches I would take, is something along those lines. Okay. Went to home service trade show last weekend. Several roofing solar companies were already using Go HighLevel. Wow, Howard. Yeah, we're going to start running into that for sure. Okay, we are going to start running into that. Let's see here. I am looking. There's all these comments from when the internet went out. Dorn said the echo is killing you. Sorry, I didn't realize it was so bad. I hope that that's cleaned up. Let's see here. You mentioned earlier that Mike posted a link to the checklist this morning in the Circle community, but I don't see it. It's in the high leverage agency discussion area. Okay. Awesome. Thank you. MSP stands for Marketing Systems and Services Provider. Yes. Let's see here. Yes, Susan. Thank you. Assets and automation instead of time and talent. Now we're talking. Gene, I am not offering a course around that because, specifically around that. If people buy that, I will give them my bonuses. But it sounds like HighLevel has put together a really nice program around this. They've got a team that's 100% committed to the development and delivery of this program. I think it's going to be very nice, and so they're gonna take you through. It's a guided certification, so they're going to have team working with you. So it's not like you're just left on your own to go through it. It's going to be a pretty dialed in program. Jeff, good to see you, sir. Says, I own a digital content marketing agency. We're geared to organic and not paid. Will this program be beneficial for me to move from done for you to the type of long-term recurring revenue models Mike speaks of? Yes, Jeff, absolutely. I have done content as a service for a long time now, and I can definitely help you with that. And the High Leverage Agency can definitely help you with that. John, my man. Good to see you, sir. We had a good time at the event. How do we access Mike's resources when we are an affiliate of his? Oh, just get in touch, please. If you are signed up for something and you don't feel like you're getting all the goodies or whatever, it happens way too frequently. And I'm sorry, it is an issue with the system that HighLevel is using for their affiliate program. And unfortunately, and HighLevel, sometimes the communication there breaks down. It does not work as effectively as we'd like it to. HighLevel is working on fixing this. But so very often People will upgrade through me and it will never connect over to my system and say, hey, they've upgraded. And so distribute their bonuses. Stuff like that just happens. So please email help@servicesatscale.com and we will get you sorted out. Okay. Sorry about that. And then let's see here. Yes, John, proposals are amazing. I know, I'm so excited. Oh, awesome. I hope you get it straightened out. Stephanie says, do you suggest signing up for the Go High Level certification, or would you not do this as a complete beginner? Stephanie, I would recommend it. Yes. However, I want to stress to everybody, and I try and stress this as often as I can because it is so damn important that you guys understand that if you are the founder of your agency, it is far more important for you to be a sales and marketing engine than it is for you to be like a total high level expert. Okay. So as an example, I will probably not get certified in high level. I mean, could it help me to get certified in high level? Absolutely. But as the founder and CEO of the company, my job is to generate revenue. It's to grow the business. I can hire people. Now, will I have my employees go through that and get certified? Absolutely. 100%. So, really thinking about where you are in that, what your role is, because the last thing that I want you to do is spend too much of your time in learning mode. Okay. I tell people all the time, you're an entrepreneur, not a student, right? So it's always valuable to continue learning, but that should be like 20% of your time, while 80% of your time is growing your business. So as long as you maintain that, man, get all the goodies you want, right? You advocate creating content over cold outreach. Can you elaborate a bit more what kind of content and where and how to distribute it to get inbound traffic? Yes, Alex, absolutely. Content is the way that people learn and make decisions in today's world, by far more than having a sales pitch delivered to them and then saying, oh yeah, I want to buy that thing, right? Just think about your own experience. You're out watching webinars, you're out watching YouTube videos, you're out, watching Instagram, Facebook, whatever it is. So all of those places, LinkedIn, those are all great places to distribute content. What kind of content? So there's kind as in format, video, blogs, things like that. All of them will do the trick. Any of them will do the trick. Video right now is very hot, of course, but good old written content still works really well. I've seen so many people just blow up and build huge businesses on Twitter just in the last year or so. So anything can work. And as much as you can do in a variety of fantastic. And then in terms of the other type of content would be like, what's the subject matter of the content and how is the content actually structured, as in like, is it how-to content? Is it testimonial content? Stuff like that. Again, there's just kind of common best practices there that you can use, a variety of different things. I would, again, shameless plug, if you get into either into High Leverage Agency or to R4 sales system or to my content, my remarketing Blitzkrieg, my content, I'm going to be doing a content marketing workshop for Moguls members here before the end of the year. That's going to be awesome. That is where I will go through and I will show you, hey, here's all these different kinds of templates for content to create, because ideally having a variety of them out there is best to meet people at their different point of the sales cycle, right? A how-to article works for getting somebody in, a testimonial works for helping to close them. So you want both of them out there. So I have like in High Leverage Agency, if you were to go into High Leverage Agency, I'll just show you here real quick just to just kind of demonstrate that I have a tremendous amount of templates in here to help you create content. Okay, so this is inside of High Leverage Agency. You go down here to templates and scripts. You will see there's ad templates and then there's content templates. Okay, so an about us page, FAQ writing preference, a positioning story framework, a purpose story framework, a transformation story framework, first position script, authority post, future forecast post, how-to post, interview post, mistakes and lessons post, myth post, newsjacking post, point of view post, recap post. I give you all of these because these are all incredibly valuable, and having different types of posts out there and different types of content will give you, again, varieties of ways to reach people at different points in the sales cycle. Now, it says post. It's really, you can take this exact same piece of content and just put it into Chat GPT and say, turn this into a video script for me, right? And record a video. It's more about the structure of what you're communicating and how you're communicating. A how-to post is different from a future forecast post, okay? And then, so if you look at these, let me see, I can't remember if these just have a link to the doc. No. So you can see here, I give you templates to try and help you just as easily as possible structure. Here's the right headline for a future forecast post. Here is what you write after that headline. And then you create 3 to 7 predictions that follow this structure, right? And again, you throw all that into Chat GPT as a prompt and say, hey, help me write a future forecast post about this topic following this structure. Boom, you're off to the races, right? So, I've tried to make it as easy as possible. And again, if you were to come to my content marketing workshop that I'm putting on for Moguls members, which is coming up, you'll get all the information about it. I will take you through a process for doing this that I have learned that, obviously I'm not perfect at it, and I'm still refining it, but I do get a lot of content out the door. And that's the best we can do, right? Just keep on improving it. And I hope that helps you. And then I have my prime the pump advertising approach. I have to stress this, okay? If you just put content out there, depending on the channel that you put the content out there, it may not get a lot of eyeballs unless you support it with a little advertising, okay? YouTube is an exception. One of the reasons why I love YouTube, and of course, TikTok right now is a huge exception. LinkedIn is actually very hot right now too, that they are really pushing organic views of their traffic because they're trying to take over the market, right? Versus like Facebook, if you put content on Facebook right now, unless you're really good at creating that content, you have to pay to get it distributed. You're just gonna have to pay to promote, to get it out there. Which you think about it, if you were publishing a magazine, you'd have to pay to have it printed and delivered, right? So paying Facebook to get your business content out there for people to see is a very, very fair model. And so I teach a simple approach that works on any platform for just backing up your content with just a little bit of ad budget to make sure it's actually getting seen. Okay. Yes, Donna, that is what we will cover in the content bootcamp. Okay, but it's also already in there in a course of mine. Yes, you can go through my content Blitzkrieg course. The content Blitzkrieg course, Donna, and I take you through my current approach to that. Yep, there's now phone tree capabilities, which is awesome. Yep. Let's see here. Your thoughts on how to leverage the multi-SaaS plan feature and also the user and contact limitations. I think that this is an awesome update. Thank you for bringing that up. So one, you now have up to 20 packages, I believe, that you can create with the SaaS configurator. This just gives you the ability to have some, in my opinion, the most exciting use of this is that you can set up some more like foot in the door service package options to make it easy for somebody to just come in for, a limited set of things at a much lower price point. That to me is the most attractive part of this. So that's what I will do. And I will show you, how I do that here very soon in training. In terms of the user and contact limitations, that's an awesome way to push people to upgrade. Okay. So if you look at my package design approach here, let me just share my screen. You look at my package design approach here and you go into, let me get over that screen here real quick. You go to this model right here. The easiest way to like just the simplest packaging approach to all this is just like have 3 packages that are exactly the same, other than the amount of credits that are included and the amount of team members that have access to it, right? But if all 3 packages are exactly the same, but they're just different price points just based on those factors, and now number of contacts can be one of those factors as well. It's just a super simple, easy to push people onto higher price points, and they make sense, right? I'm not, when I say push people onto higher price points, that almost sounds like negative, like I'm being deceptive or something. But the answer is you have more people using it, so that's more value that we're giving you, and you're using it more, so you need more credits. And so we're actually giving you discounts based on the volume of credits. So it's actually a win for everybody. So that's the way that you can start to use that, and it's going to be awesome. It's really going to be awesome. It's so fantastic that they roll that out a lot. So I hope that helps you. Awesome, Jeff. Thank you so much. Awesome, Donna. I love that. Yes, Joanne. Yes, absolutely. Aren't you signed up with me already, Joanne? I thought. Yes, high leverage agency is included. Yes. Is the HighLevel custom mobile app really worth it? It's $500 extra a month, trying to see real value and bring it. Yeah, Vic, I mean, it's really worth it to have, I think, to have just your branding out there on that mobile app, right? And you can completely control, that experience. Like, that's, to me, that's worth $500 a month. Yeah. If you're getting customers out there on it. I bet. I mean, that's the thing, Donna, right? You can easily become a professional student just trying to study high level. Just think of all the features that are there. It's crazy. And they're just getting more and more. If you put a question, Joe, into Circle, where do you see if it's been answered? You would see it, Joe, in the comments below your question. I saw a question from you, and I believe responded to it earlier this morning. But that's where you would see it. It's just in the comments below there. Okay. Awesome. Let's see here. Ooh, big one. Will I be doing a local media mastermind update? Yes, a local media mastermind soon. Yes, I will be. I am 100% in that business right now. And that's why I have to hop off of this call in 1 minute, actually, because I have to go to my team meeting for that business. I've hired 4 new people for that business here in San Diego, just in the last month and a half. I'm really focused on growing it like crazy. And so, yes, I have some things in mind. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm doing fantastic. Thank you. I hope you are too. Joanne, yes. So if you are, please email help@services@scale if you are missing something. Okay. Get all this stuff, get all the goodies. Where do I need to sign up for your program? Jeff, if you go to right here, services@scale.com/high-level bonus. That's if you are signing up for HighLevel through me, or you want to upgrade to Pro through me, you will get all of those bonuses. So you can just go there, hit any of the buttons, and kind of start that process. If you are in some other scenario, like you can't sign up for HighLevel, you're already signed up or whatever, and you want to just buy my programs, you can just go to services@scale.com/products. I don't know that I have a link here for that right now, but if you just go to services@scale.com, just look up on the website, you'll see products. You can go there and buy into any programs there as well. So whatever works for you and your situation. Okay. And you can always email there if you have any questions or you need any clarification on anything. Okay. $297 a month. Yes. Yep. Let's see our last question, because I got to run. Brian says, where's the best place to get a hold of you quickly to chat about my situation? Brian, you can just email help@services@scale.com. Okay, that link that is put in there right there. Email right there. Okay. And just tell me as much as you can about your situation in that email. Okay. And then, what are your thoughts on missed call text back? Does it bring clients for our clients? Yes. Missed call text back is amazing. It's such an obvious winner of a service. The only challenge is that getting the phone number set up, to use for that can take a little bit of time. So, but if you use HighLevel's phone service, their lead connector phone service, it's going to be faster, easier, but it's a brilliant service. I mean, on average, small businesses are missing like 64% of their inbound calls. That's crazy and true. Just sit down today and pick some businesses and start dialing and see how many of them actually pick up your phone. It's terrible. Okay. Awesome, gang. I have to run. Thank you so much for joining me for office hours. I'm going to have a lot of updates for you here on High Leverage Agency. I've already updated a bunch of stuff in there. I'm about to send out a video. Anybody who's in High Leverage Agency, there's a significant amount of new structure in there in particular that I'm going to share with you. But then also on these new features and capabilities of HighLevel, you're going to see a lot of content coming out on those things soon because there is so much opportunity there. Okay. So get after it, stay committed. Okay. Get energized, get in there and get after it. Thank you so much for being a part of my community. Thank you for spending your time with me on this call. I hope that I've provided some value for you. In between now and the next office hours call, you can ask questions in Circle. You can ask questions in my Facebook group, or you can send emails to help@servicesthatscale.com, and we will get back to you in any of those channels as soon as we can. Okay. Everybody have a fantastic rest of your day and fantastic start to the week here. Get after it, and we will see you on the next call and in the community in between now and then. Okay. Awesome. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Awesome. Good to see you all. Take care, and we'll talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.